Hello and good morning, and thank you so much for joining me here on what is today's the last day of July 31st. And so you can just adjust this a little bit. There it is. That's the radio I'm going to work on today. This guy, apparently, according to a note stuck on the back, works good. Tuning knob not work. Okay, I think we know what we mean by that. Works good? How can it work good if the tuning knob doesn't work? So what do we got here? We've got a Supersonic. Who made this? Some Japanese thing. They didn't even put a brand name on it. Supersonic is the brand name. Made in Taiwan. Model 11F4. No user serviceable parts inside. Refer servicing to qualified service personnel. Well, I don't know anybody who's qualified to do this stuff. What else we got here? This is smashed. Works good. Tuning knob not work. Yeah, he's right. The tuning knob's not working. Don't turn it too much. Who knows what's going on? It's probably a broken string in here, and who knows what's going on with it. Let's take a look inside. Just dropped right off. Yeah, this has to be bent out a little bit. We're bound to have to pull these off at some point. Might as well pull them off now. Oh, how do you like that? Oh my gosh! Holy smokes! Okay, we'll leave those on for now. Two came off easy, two not so easy. Let's see. Taiwan. This is not the most exciting part of the video, by the way. In fact, I'm not sure any of this is going to be very exciting. If it does boil down to a string, exciting is not the right word for dealing with strings. Frustrating would be a better word for it. There he is. Where would a string be in there? A lot of speakers in here, wow. It's got a small one and a medium one. That's surprising for such a little radio like this. Okay, so here's the tuning knob. It's right there. If there's a string, it's in behind this panel. Get that panel off. I gotta take the knobs off. So this is a pretty unusable radio as it is, so if I ruin it completely, it's not the end of the world. Let's see if I can do this. It's not the best way to do this. Wow. Oh my gosh, what has happened here? These are on unbelievably tight. Oh man. Okay. Wow. You're really getting in trouble here. I'm going to bend or scratch the panel. Kind of not the way we want to go. There we go. come so hard? There we go. Well, that's a little interesting. So these two are split in the middle. You can see that on camera. Well, these two are solid. So the split, this one is actually squeezed in a little bit, and that's why it's so loose. But I'm not going to pry that out. These things here, when they bend in like this and you pry them back out, wow, they're that close to breaking right off, and then you've got an even worse problem on your hands. It's just the kind of metal they're made of, I think. Now let's just see here. FM external antenna. You see what they've done. So they've got the antenna wire coming from the radio over here. They've wrapped it numerous times around the power cord and then brought it out to a terminal. So the real antenna for this radio normally is the power cord. It's picking up signals from the power cord. If you have the power cord bundled up like that, it's not going to work out to be a good antenna. So on these radios, you need to extend the power cord. And a lot of FM radios, the power cord is part of the antenna, or is the antenna. And that's the case here. Okay, so there's no way I can get these wires mixed up. That's what I was worried about. Kind of interesting. The other wire, well, that's a little interesting. You have ground written here. Ground goes over to a terminal on the tuning capacitor. Wait a minute, is there going to be a string on this? Here's the tuning capacitor, and here's the knob. So there's got to be a string running in between and behind this panel. Okay, this might suicide this suicide. I might murder this radio right now. I'm going to try to take that out. The radio part out. Let's see. There we go. Maybe sooner or later I figure out what to do with it. Looks like 4 screws will do it. Well, I can see the string. Wait a minute. I can see the string. Just because I can see it doesn't mean I can do anything about it. And there's a very, very fragile antenna wire right here. Very hard to see. And I can easily break. You can't see it at all. Right around this coil, there are a whole bunch of very fine wires just down in here. Easy to break. Break them without knowing it. And that screw was loose. The nut rather was loose. This one seems to be loose too. Comes out, everything comes out but this. Play it here. I'm swing it out this way. Well, there's a string there. It's just slipping, just completely slipping. Now, why would it want to do that? Oh my gosh, it's got to come up. Yeah, right, it's got to move the pointer. So it's got to come up over the top, pick up the pointer, go down here. Oh my gosh. The only way to get at it is to take this front plate off. And again, now this may be the end. The end for this radio. So this radio was picked, literally, by pickers who have a store in the city of Toronto. And they go around picking stuff to put in their store. And since they met me and they know me, they aren't reticent to grab an old radio. If the price is right, like $5, they're liable to buy it. And then about every 6 months they come by my house here with a truckload of stuff, and I return to them what they left last time. And they go away with whatever I've fixed up my job here, and this stuff is just to make these things work okay. This radio. Yeah, other radios I'm getting straight from people, and those I treat a little differently than these. Okay, so we slide this panel out of here. We see the spring. The spring is pulled almost all the way, so you would think there's kind of maximum tension in here. Could it be that the back pressure, if you like, all the drag points of the string, and this wheel in particular, if it's become hard to turn, then it's more likely the string will slip here. Now I got it all apart and it's not slipping. Yes, it is. Plus these things tend to slip more in one direction than the other, just based on the turning of the string around the shaft. So sometimes you get it to go one way but not the other. Kind of like this. So how do we conclude? So I don't think there's much to conclude here. I got to spray some lubricant into here, underneath here, and try to get this thing turning freer. As I spray something up in here or drip something up in here, it may go right into the capacitor, and I imagine that's not good for it. Could undo this screw, but goodness knows what will happen after that. Bad things could happen. And how would that help anyway? Because I could pick this wheel up out of the way and spray. Well, I think I can probably get a little dab of oil in there some other way. Get some. Well, actually, I have an oil dabber right here with a tiny little. And it's very hard to get the oil out of this. Let's try that. Certainly won't end up with any excess oil. Now, what exactly is? Absolutely sure where I'm going with this, but I need more light. Okay, drip. No oil coming out. Come on. Yeah. No oils come out of my oiler. Okay, we gotta oil it some other way. So let's try the stick here. Get the stick there. Just need a little oil on the end of the stick. I'm gonna grab this oil here. Is this gonna work? Whoa, the oil's coming out. Oh boy, way too much. Okay, here you go. I don't know. Don't think I'm getting very much in there. The other thing is to spray some WD-40 right down here. Oh, looks like I got some oil in it. Assuming that's the right spot. Lay it flat like this. Turn it a bit. It's definitely hard to turn this knob, but that's probably because of resistance right here, right in the knob itself. This pointer's supposed to come right across. Yep. I shouldn't pull on the pointer. I might move it on the string, and I don't want to do that. Well, just turn the wheel, Jim. Turn the wheel. It likes to go in one direction. Really no easy way to tense up the string. Give it some time, or I can throw some solvent down in there. What's with this spot? Then it seems to stick right in here. I don't feel a thing. The other drag points are all these. But there's nothing you can do. You can't put oil on them or anything like that. And the last thing is the number of times it's been wrapped here. I'm not about to change that. Let's take a really close look at this. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to turn off the automatic focus on this camera because it's not terribly helpful. We're going to put it up real close here. Okay. What happened? What happened? I'm sorry. I somehow messed this up. There we go. Okay, now we're ready. Now we're ready. Looking at the string. So you see the shape underneath here, but it's shaped like a U, like a U-shaped valley. Now the string is supposed to stay in the valley there. I'm going to help it down there a little bit. Now it's in the valley. Now the idea is they don't want the string to run all the way up and down the shaft here because that causes other problems with string alignment. So they want the string to stay in kind of the same place, but at the same time it's got to travel. So they put it in this U-shaped valley, and if the tension is right, if everything is right, as the string tries to climb out of the valley, it won't. It'll just slide back down into the valley. The whole thing slide down. This one won't. Instead it keeps climbing, climbing. I hit the end of the run here. Let's go back down. Now, you can see what's happened here. Well, you can't really see it, but you can see how it's just spinning underneath the shaft. It looks like lubrication down there. It's just a funny way the light is shining. Huh. Yeah, it looks like lubrication. Maybe not. I don't know. The reason that would interest me is if there's lubrication here, somebody put it here fairly recently. And then I wondered, get on the string or something? So what are you going to do about that? There, you see the string slid down to the middle of the valley. Now it's supposed to be able to do that while not losing traction, like it has. And if we tense up the string, which is not easy to do here, let me tense it up here a little bit. Wow, it's still going to slide under there. So, you know, trying to get that thing to bite on the string better might be a solution. A little rough up the valley. I'm not sure. And then, how hard is it to? This is hard to judge, but how hard is it to turn these things? Pretty darn hard. There's a lot here. And what is it? I think it's just the capacitor. That is like that. Whoops. Is it all the capacitor? Wow, that's a lot. No wonder it's sliding. Really, when I feel this, this is really stuck. Then I don't think it's this. And I don't think it's the drag on all these things. I think it's this thing. So I didn't succeed in lubricating it. So what that really boils down to. So if I want to succeed here, now the shaft does not protrude out the back. There's no way to oil it from there. Well, I'm going to hit it with some WD-40 because once again, unless this works, it's heading for the garbage pile. It's an FM radio, so I mean that's still quite useless. Useful. Shortwave, maybe not. But that seems a lot better. Wow. Let's hear it for WD-40. All the way now. That's probably it. That probably did it. Okay, I'm gonna just leave it here for a little bit and I'm gonna go drink a bit of coffee. Yeah. Okay, let's just give this a try. And I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Fantastic. I'm going to put this back together and we'll see. I haven't even plugged this in to see what it really sounds like. We'll see. Okay, let's see what we got here. First of all, tuning. Look at that. Actually, it feels very nice now. Good show. Look at that. Now let's see if we can make something come out of this. Switch is off. And what I said about the FM antenna, it's all bundled up here down in my shop. Probably not going to get very good reception on FM, but let's see. It's pretty strong FM stations around. You ready? FM. It says AM. Why is this on?
To the podium in the 10-meter women's event.
This is AM here, yeah. I don't know why the light's on. Okay. FM. All the all-important FM. That's kind of weird. The religious broadcast on FM here. The strong station is 95.7.
By the fifth episode, you're talking about a big shakeup.
Big shakeup. So I think if we stretch the antenna out, the radio would work fine. I don't know why this light is on. Shouldn't be on. Tone seems to work. Volume was a little scratchy. There, fixed it. Okay, that's good enough for this guy. He's never going to be a wonderful radio, but got a lot of speakers in it. 4 speakers. They should have that written on here somewhere. 4 speakers. But they didn't. Supersonic. Good enough. Good enough to go. Okay. Well, thanks a lot for watching this quick video. And I'm going to be posting another one shortly after this one. A personal video talking about comments and one particular commenter. Okay, thanks a lot, and see you on the next video. What am I going to bring in here? I got to think hard about it because I got one big whopping project, but I'm not sure I'm ready to start it. Got to think about it. See ya.